This is the introduction to Civ Div. This is going to be a channel all about how to become a efficient civilian and how to fight as a civilian if in need of a situation. Um, this video is going to be about how to build your kit, how to be deadly in certain areas, how to look out for everyday stuff, how we're going to assess situations, how we're going to see if we can go back into the fight as a civilian, and how we can say how to leave a fight as a civilian. This channel is, I'm a civilian. I'm not going to say I'm a professional. I'm not. This is my opinion on how you could do this. Um, there's millions of ways you can do it. I'm sure there's millions of great ways, but this is a channel that's going to be basically based for civilians doing this purpose, being prepared. Do you have the food? Do you have a weapon system? Do you have a reliable weapon system? Do you have a weapon system that can kill? Um, like a 22, no offense, is not going to be very good against armor. It's not going to be able to kill a militia force very well. It's great for hunting. Yes, it's a great hunting weapon. It's a great training weapon. But maybe you want something more like a 5.56 or a handgun that's a 9mm. That will definitely help you in that range and aspect. But this channel, Civ Tactics, is going to be all about how, as a civilian, you can become lethal, very lethal by yourself, but also be very smart. And it'll also teach you everyday tactics, like how when you're walking through a store, be aware. I mean, there's guys that steal stuff every day. They steal cars, steal credit cards. And just being aware every time, just looking behind your back every once in a while, can make a very, 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 very big difference in those situations. And that's what this channel is going to be all about, is just teaching you the skills that I think are correct on how to do that, and how to pack your bag, how to set your rifle up. This is an old style rifle. This is an N16 10.5-inch carbine style rifle. It has a ready mag, it has all this stuff, but this is an old setup rifle. You could probably build this in cheap, you built it yourself, $300 kind of setup with a ready mag, which is about 150. So you have, say, $500 rifle, and you could build something similar to this. That is very deadly. This is 5.56 rifle. That is what the U.S. military uses and most of NATO uses, and it can be very deadly. And we're going to talk about other weapon systems like handguns, Glocks. Glocks are amazing, 1911s. All of that equipment can be very, very vital depending on your situation and what you believe is best. I'm not going to say a 1911 is the best everyday carry, but maybe a body, like maybe a different handgun would be a very good everyday handgun. That would be way better for you to carry, smaller, more compact. But if I was going to say defend my property and have to hide in the woods, I would not want to carry that pistol. I want to carry a Glock 19 or something with more grip. We're also going to go over helmet setups, how to set your helmet up, how to have your ear pro good, how to have a strobe, how to have communications, radios. It's another big point that a lot of people don't understand when they're training, that communication is the biggest skill. Even if it's hand signals, a clicker is a huge skill. Radios, all that stuff, flashlights, flash signals, it does give your position away, but it's a very big deal. And another part we're going to talk about, night vision, affordable night vision. This is a civilian channel. I don't expect you to go buy $7,000 night vision units. That's not expected. This is an I'll pull it out here actually. This is an $800 night vision unit I built myself. Gen 2 Plus 1700 FOM, which we'll talk about in that video. This unit kicks butt, okay? For how cheap it is, this unit is probably the best price to punch. This unit competed, I've been to milsims, 30-hour milsims, with hundreds of guys, and this night vision has competed with those guys. But it's all about your price and who you build it. I built that myself. You can build this stuff yourself. As a civilian, how to set your belt up. You don't always need the most expensive belt. Now, is it good? Yes, but you're not dangling out of a helicopter. You don't need to be clipped into a helicopter. You don't need to do any of that. Like this belt, Amazon belt, has a Krydex liner in it. I'm wearing a simple mag pouch, 2 pistol mags. Medical pouch is the most important thing on your belt. If you run a belt or any plate carry, you should have a medical pouch with you. This is a simple grenade pouch. This is for testing milsim. That's not a real grenade. And a good holster. It's a Blackhawk holster. Fits 150 different guns, and that's other things. Do you only own one weapon system? Maybe you only want that. But if you are like me and you have maybe 10 different pistols, we're going to go over that stuff, what you should talk about. All of this helmet stuff, night vision mounts, maybe the best, most expensive isn't the best. Ear Pro, all that stuff. And this channel is all about you guys. This channel is all about the civilian's eyes. This is all about how you can be deadly, how you can sustain yourself, how to protect your family. Um, what I think you should do in a situation. Like I said, I'm not a professional. I'll show you my medical bags. I'll do test videos. And this is going to be a very hands-on channel. This isn't a channel where I sit at this table and tell you everything I'm doing. This is going to be a very channel where you're going to see me running in those woods with a rifle. Or you're going to see me walking with civilians and showing you how to blend in. Or you're going to see me out in the backwoods showing you how to camouflage yourself properly. And all of that is very good skills unless you're hunting, or if you're just wanting to camp, even camping, or being a prepared citizen and using your rights. Because as a US citizen, you have a lot of rights. And we want to use those rights. And you can buy an AR, you can get a full auto AR if you have permits. It's all up to you if you want to get that permit. I don't have it. I don't think it's worth it. Um, but you can build a deadly AR that will shoot people from here to the other side of that pond in that big of a grouping with the right setup. You can build a very cheap helmet. This is an Amazon helmet that I built out to look like this. And you can build a deadly helmet for pretty affordable that is very comfortable, in my opinion. And of course, it's not bulletproof, but think about it in your eyes. If you ever have to get in a situation where someone comes over, I don't think you need a bulletproof helmet. I think you should be hiding. I think you should be hiding, observing. This helmet's to hold your ear. If you bump your head, helps you protect yourself, keep extra batteries, and most importantly, mount night vision. It's another thing, like I said, night vision. We're going to talk a lot about night vision, how to affordably get it. If you can't just afford it, I'd 10 times rather you buy a rifle and a helmet or a belt or even a plate carrier before you buy night vision. Night vision is a much later thing because night vision, now you have to buy night vision. You have to buy a laser aiming module. You have to train with night vision, which can be expensive, and in some areas you're not able to do that. So theoretically, night vision isn't your biggest priority, but I will go over it because I think it is an important aspect to being prepared. Um, and that's what this whole channel is about: is being prepared, being a responsible citizen, being prepared. Say your family is in that house and someone breaks in, I'm going to talk about how you should handle that situation. I'm going to also talk about if hostile or terrorist cell is taking place in a city and we can't push them out and they're coming towards you, or let's say a violent protest. It's very realistic, guys. I'm going to teach you how to evade in those woods in civilian clothing. I'm going to teach you how to evade in those woods with camouflage, how to be deadly in those woods, how to patrol those woods, how to navigate. Navigating is another big thing we're going to talk about. Being familiar with your area. We're going to talk about everything everyday use, just walking around, how to make sure you drive defensively and make sure you don't endanger people when you drive. That's a very scary thing. If you drive wrong, you can much endanger yourself. There's a lot of road rage out there. We're also going to get into how walking differently makes you look less of a threat. You don't always want to be the scariest guy in the room, even though some people do. In my opinion, you don't want to. If you are the biggest, scariest guy, you're the first threat, and that can always not be the best thing. We're going to talk about that as well. We're going to talk about movement patterns. We're going to talk about how the eye works, specifically how we see movement, and that's in a I'm walking, how I see you have red shoes on, or you're wearing a weird hat. That's my eye picking that up. Or if we're in the woods and I'm laying down with a ghillie on, if I don't move, it's very hard to see me if I correctly hide myself. Now, if I'm over there shimmying, you're gonna easily see me because the eye picks up on movement so well. We're gonna talk about basic hunting skills. If that's just for recreational, just want to go hunt, get some food, teach your kids maybe how to hunt, or if that's more of a I need food now, I'm surviving. We're gonna talk about filtering water out of a murky pond like this one. It's another very big thing. The rules of threes: 3 minutes without air, 3 days without water, 30 days without food. Water, okay, water is very important. Everybody should learn how to filter water. Everybody should learn how to boil water, make sure it's clean, make sure it's safe to drink. But you cannot go a day without water, honestly. It is not good for your body, especially if you're out here moving, hiding in this hot environment. This is Florida. This is very hot. You can't just run around and do that. We're going to get into other training stuff. I mean, how to move your body, how to clear a building. Airsofting, a lot of people, I call it mill simming. People think it's ridiculous. It can be a very good training tool because it lets your body learn how to clear, how to move through a building. Hunting, just regular hunting a hog is a very good thing because if you can sneak up on a hog or a coyote, you can sneak up on a human. And I'm not teaching you these things to use them in a bad way. I hope none of you ever use this in a bad way. But I'm teaching you these things to be prepared and to protect your family. Because at the end of the day, that is the most important thing to us, is protecting our family. Even if you are the youngest son and your older mom and dad, they can't move as well anymore. I would not want them to go fight for my property. I'd rather fight for my property. Or if you have younger kids, even, you want to talk about how you have to protect them. We're gonna talk about all of that in this channel. This channel is an all-inclusive. We're gonna have some fun shooting videos, of course. This channel is not about all shooting and testing guns. This channel is about training and learning how to be deadly as a person and learning how to be deadly even if other people can't tell you're deadly. And that's the biggest deal. You don't want to look deadly. What I mean by that is you don't want to be wearing American flag stuff and be that guy. You would rather be the guy with the big shirt on, just relaxing in the corner. And when something goes down, you are the most deadly guy. Same thing in the woods. You want to be able to hide, make sure those people can't see you. To hide in cities, there's a way to hide in bushes. There's a way to hide under vehicles. Even it's a very subtopic. In trees, there's a way to disguise yourself with a fallen tree. There's millions of ways to do this, and I really would love to teach other people how to do this from my knowledge and my skills. Um, that's basically how this channel is going to be run. This channel is called Civ Tactics. It's for civilians, and I am a civilian. I have not had a military experience. Have I done stuff? Yes. Have I had classes? Yes. Have I hunted? Yes. But I have never been in a shooting situation. And some people might not like to hear that from a training situation. And I totally understand that. But I'm telling you how I would feel. I mean, the human emotions is completely different from this. You're not a war veteran that's been through 30 gunfights in your life and it's okay with getting shot at. You're scared in those situations. You're scared running from there. You're scared to pull that trigger. And this channel is talking about that. It's talking about how to get over that / how to cope with that. And I feel like that's a very important thing that a lot of people touch on. And we got to think about it, guys. We are very lucky to be in a country where we have laws where we can own rifles, where we can basically be close enough to the military. We are the only country in the world that can do that. So might as well use that. Arm yourselves. Make yourself scary. Make yourself. And this also is a very budget channel. This channel is not going to be talking about how my $3,000 AR can have an 0.5 grouping that kills anything, and I can buy Cry Precision plate carriers and the $700 plates. This channel is very budget. This is a Amazon helmet. This is all NRI compliant, which means night vision. You can't see it. It doesn't glow under night vision. All this equipment is, and I'll teach you how to paint a helmet to become that. How to do that affordably. How to wheel and deal this stuff. I mean, you don't always need the best equipment to do well. Now, does better equipment usually mean better? Yes. But there is a point where you shouldn't be making your family not be able to go on vacation and not enjoy their lives because you want to buy an AR. That's not the point of this channel. This channel is to teach you how to be deadly with what you have. All of that stuff. And it's going to suck. That's another thing. This channel is not going to sugarcoat this stuff. All of this sucks to do. Even as a civilian, going and sleeping in the woods, it's scary, honestly, with the animals around you and stuff. It can be scary your first time. If you've never shot an AR before, or you've never shot a gun before in your life, and you're watching this to be like, I want to go train and I want to learn this, that is scary, and I totally understand that. This is a very deadly weapon. That's what it's designed to do. And teaching people how to use it safely and properly and not being as scared of it is a very good tool to know. Because I feel like a lot of America has lost that ability to camouflage themselves, to shoot, to even think about this stuff when That's what made our founding fathers so deadly, is that it was just a bunch of random people that knew how to camouflage, knew how to hunt, knew how to do all of this. Even in the 60s, the kids knew how to do this. And that made it so hard, but I feel like we're losing that. And that is what this channel is all about, is teaching you guys and teaching your future how to become deadly, how to become scary, how to become well equipped at an affordable price too. I know you aren't made of money. I understand I'm not made of money. I totally get all that. I mean, this thing, the Ready Mag, is 150 bucks on this, and that hurts. You know, this light, 30 bucks. That stuff hurts. This night vision, $800. I do love it. Well, it's $800 after everything, but I do love it. But it was expensive. It does hurt to buy that stuff. Now, will it help me if ever something goes down? Yes. But you also have to equate, will it help me if something goes down? So, do I need that $500 ruck, or will my $150 ruck do? Like the ACU ruck, that's 45 bucks on Amazon, that everyone hates on, is a decent ruck. I've rucked many a miles with one of those at 55 pounds and been totally okay. Maybe I'm different than you, but I feel like more money doesn't always mean better. You don't have to have a $200 scrim on your backpack. You don't have to have a $2,000 handgun. And a Glock 17 are very good handguns. They're very reliable. They're very affordable. $500 pre-built AR, if you train with it, can be very deadly. There are guys that own $5,000 guns that don't shoot them. They are not as deadly as you if you train. Training matters so much. Training under night vision. I know guys, when I've milsim, that have $5,000 night vision with thermals, and they don't know how to use them properly. So you have to consider all that. This whole channel is about training and how to become deadly in that training, because honestly 90% of it doesn't matter unless you know how to do it. If I went and handed, let's say you, I don't know if you don't have any gun experience, but if you had no gun experience, I handed you a handgun, safety on, magazine unloaded, you would not know how to use that gun. That gun is not deadly to me. Is it scary that you don't know how to use it? Yes. But learning how, if this system jams, I know how to fix it. I know how to clean my rifle. I know how to clean my pistol. I know what I need to clean. Very good skill to know. I know how to tie knots. That's a skill that a lot of people have lost, that I feel like is a very valuable skill. Learning how to tie a knot, that can save you in a lot of ways. If your backpack breaks, tie a knot. Knowing how to stay warm if you don't have the necessary equipment. I have slept in, okay, this is not freezing, but 40-degree weather with an isomat and a chest rig on, with a long sleeve BDUs, with BDU top and bottom. It, if you dig yourself out in the dirt and you do it right, it is not that bad. And I feel like that's something that we need to teach people, instead of glamping and I need this $500 sleeping bag. Well, if you buy a $500 sleeping bag, it's a little bit weird. But let's say you need this $200 tent. Not really. You could literally make a tent that's more waterproof than that with a $30 Harbor Freight tarp and rope. I've done it, and it works fantastically. I'm going to talk about, would I rather buy a $1,000 AR or buy two $500 ARs? My opinion, I'd rather have two $500 ARs, because I can train with them. I can put optics on them. I can wear one out like crazy and have the other one ready to go. Rather than buying a $1,000 gun, being scared to train with it, never knowing how to use that firearm well, put it that way. And then when something happens, when I have to protect my family and my house, I don't know how to operate that gun correctly. Now, if I bought two $500 guns, dude, I know how to shoot this gun like it's crazy. This other gun, it's the same gun. I'm ready to go. I'm ready to kick butt. Same thing with handguns. I'd rather you buy a cheap handgun that doesn't jam. I'm not saying go super cheap. I'm not saying go pawn shop. But I'm saying buy a nice Glock. Maybe put a red dot on it if you really want to. I don't love that. I like iron sights on my pistols. But doing that kind of stuff and training with your weapon system, training how to make a tent, training how to thug it out, honestly, how to sleep in out here by a fire with coyotes around you. Learning how to do that is a very big talent. Do not give up. You can't give up when something goes down. If you do, you die. So you need to get that mindset that I'm not going to give up out here. And once you do it, it's not that hard. Once you learn it, you got it. Stuff sticks to us very well once we learn it. Once we learn how to shoot great, you probably will possess that skill for a long time. You train once a month, twice a month, every 2 months. And there's a million ways and things we're going to talk about in this channel. We're going to have whole videos on that. We're going to have whole videos on how to be deadly here, be deadly there, how to buy this, what you should buy, what you shouldn't buy. Um, how to not look, how to not look, honestly, you want to look aware, not deadly. And the whole reason I say that is you don't want to be the big guy that looks super scary. You're going to be the first target and you're going to die. Being the guy that's less like that might be better, but you are still aware. That's what criminals look out for, is awareness. And we'll cover every bit of that on this channel. I am excited. We're going to post videos about every 2 weeks talking about every bit of this stuff, a new video completely. We're gonna have rotations. We're gonna throw a fun video in there. Don't worry, it's not gonna be all seriousness. We're gonna have some fun shooting armor, maybe just shooting in general, making jokes. Maybe I'll bring some buddies on. But this is gonna be a serious channel. This is gonna be a fun channel. I hope you learned something from this. I hope I learned stuff from this. I can always learn too. Everybody can learn, but I really hope that. And I hope, however old you are, let's say you're a 25-year-old guy that's never shot a gun, or woman, either or. I hope this helps you learn this. And I hope this, and I don't want any of you in this to feel like my advice is golden. It's not always golden. You can do your own research. Do your own research. Look into this stuff. But this is from a civilian perspective, civilians' perspective. And I don't want you to also think that um, I'm any way better at this than you. You can be just as good at this if you do this correctly. You can be better than me even. Okay? You might be able to run farther than me. You can do all that. It's just you have to train and you have to apply the knowledge. And I think I'm very excited for everyone to learn about this. I'm very excited to share my information that I know. You can criticize in the comments. I love people criticizing me because it makes me better. If you say, I think if you moved that branch by your foot, you could have hid better and shot better. Tell me. Tell me. If you're an ex-Navy SEAL that can see that, please tell me. But at the same time, be honest with yourself. Don't think I'm way better than this guy because I'm 35 and I've shot a gun 3 times. Don't think that. We're all even here. Okay, guys? This is going to be a fun, healthy community where we talk about nerding out, playing airsoft, wanting to be cool, being able to hide in the woods. I mean, dude, but stuff like that, like, just enjoy this channel, you know? Take me serious. I'd love you to take me serious. I'd love for you guys to take my advice. But at the same time, if you feel, I don't think he's right, go do your own research. Go look up other YouTubers. Go do that. That's great. Do all the research you can. More knowledge never hurts. People say that. If you're a doctor, knowing more doesn't hurt. If you're a mechanic, knowing more never hurts. Exactly the same thing with this. Knowing when it's the right time to spin and when it's not, go do that. And that's the whole point of this channel, is that have fun, shoot well, learn how to shoot, learn how to be prepared, and be a civilian that is prepared, and not a civilian that watches as something happen. That's happened many of times. And a lot of people say, that's not very realistic, you know. I don't think anybody's going to come and invade America. I hope that never happens. I love this country. But look at Ukraine. There are civilians there. They had to evacuate. They had to fight. There's plenty of times that's happened in the Middle East. It feels like a faraway image, but it is very realistic, and it can very well happen. Um, do I ever wish it'll happen? No. But this is so if it does happen, you are prepared. You are able to help. You're able to help other people that aren't prepared. That's another thing. This channel is about helping everybody, okay? Helping you, your family, anybody. If you have a buddy and you see him, you're like, dude, you want to go hike and see if we can camouflage ourselves? Go do it. If he does something wrong, tell him, criticize him, please. That helps all of us. Criticizing people is a good thing. Don't get me wrong. If you come onto the comments and you say, you didn't shoot that accurate, maybe do this to shoot better, I will listen to you. I will try it. That is everything. This is a skill building channel for everyone. Now, do I feel like I know some knowledge and I feel like my knowledge is good? Yes, I do feel like my knowledge is good. But if you guys don't, criticize me. Say what you think. Don't be scared to talk. I love that. this is what this is about. I'm not going to say, no, you're wrong. I learned about this in 1990. No, none of that's going to happen here. Okay. I feel like, well, maybe you could should have sat there in your video and hunted. Tell me. I'll try it. I'll hunt there. I'll make a video on it. Tell you how it works. If you say, um, well, Civ Tactics, I can't go shoot all the time. There's the closest gun range is 45 minutes, and I work in a city, or I'm on a college campus. I can't own a gun. There's plenty of workarounds for that. Okay, guys, parents, anything like that, and I totally get that. And we can make videos on that. I love suggestions on that, saying how much can I try to train, or how much can I do that. I'd love to answer those questions. So this channel is a community effort. It's not just going to be me. It's going to be you guys saying, I think, you can put it in the comments. I think if I went out there, I could hide better than you if you hid there. Do it. Please tell me. I'd love it. Say, I think if I wear a black jacket and not a gray jacket, it'll make you look better and walking around. Do it. Go test it too. Go test walking in a crowd. Maybe video yourself. It can be weird, but maybe have someone walk down the street and be like, wow, I didn't see him. Do that kind of stuff. Go to a mall, go be observant, go watch people, go sit and watch. That sounds crazy, but you sit and watch people, you can tell very fastly. If a guy is nervous, he has his hands together, closed, he's standing there kind of like this, maybe hands in pockets, it's another nervous reaction. But if there was another guy that's just goofing around, talking to his bros, let's go get ice cream, that kind of stuff, you can tell what those kind of people are. Should you be more nervous about the nervous guy? Maybe. Should you be more nervous about the clueless guy? Maybe. He might be more of a threat. It can all change depending. But people watching is something you should all do. I advise it for everyone. I advise doing everything on this channel. I advise going and buying that cheap body armor and shooting it, see if it works. I think that's fun if you have the income to do that. I advise buying a cheap $40 camo suit and go hiding. See if your buddies can find you. It's awesome. And also remember, this is all more fun with friends. Make friends doing this. Go to your local airsoft field, make buddies that are interested in hunting. Go look on a camping Facebook group or Instagram and go talk to them. Go do all of that, and that will exceptionally make you better at any of this. That's about it for this intro. This is a channel intro. I want to show you guys who I am. I want to show you what I can teach you. I want to talk about what this channel is going to be and what I hope it grows to be, and I'm very excited to see what it can become. And I want to see what you guys think, and this is very important to me. Some channels don't think about that. I want to see what you guys say. I'm gonna respond to your comments. I'm gonna try, but yeah, every 2 weeks we meet the upload process. So hopefully it'll be Thursdays. It's my goal. So you can see me every 2 weeks on Thursday. Will be a video posted. I'm trying to make my videos depending. It could be as short as 12, 13 minutes, or it could be as long as 30 minutes, depending on what we're doing. If it's a big mill sim I go to, it might be longer. If it's a quick, we're shooting body armor video, or we're just shooting to train and I want to show you how I get ready and train, it'll be a shorter video probably. Now, if it's a tactics and let's say fighting in the palmettos because we're in Florida, might be a longer video, but you have to understand that. Please watch it. Please, I am going to make these as informational packed as I can, as funny as I can. Um, I'm not going to bullshit you, honestly. I'm not going to say you should do this because it looks cool. That's not the point. I've worn some stupid kits and they work fantastic because people don't expect them. We're going to talk about thermal sights. We're going to talk about night vision. We're going to talk about that equipment. Thermals are very scary if you can get your hands on them. Thermals are cheat codes, honestly. So is night vision. Think about it. You see for 12 hours, okay? Humans have natural night vision, but imagine being able to see for 24. Now, do you need night vision? There is plenty of ways to defeat night vision. I'm going to talk about that like crazy because all these guys say, you need to go buy $2,000 night vision. You don't. There's ways to defeat it. There's videos. But that sums up the video, guys. Thank you for watching this. I hope you all like it. Comment what you think video ideas or criticize what I've done. I think that's great. Have a nice one. This is Civ Tactics.